Oh, literal airstrikes. Oh, it's a satellite border strike? Yo. Oh, that's so cool. Three more leaders to kill. Get up. Good moment. Do it again. Go behind me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are indeed live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Oh, I've been looking forward to today. My hair is a bit messy today, but that's fine. So, what is today? Today is Warriors Wednesday. It is the day that we get to continue on with the Dynasty Warriors Legacy. Now, a couple things I want to talk about while we get the game more or less set up here is PS2 started up first. Is I'm gonna dedicate one lovely sound here. Bring it up. I'm gonna dedicate 1 day a week to editing videos, put it on YouTube instead of just uploading VODs. Because I noticed, not from my own experience, but from what other people have said, is that that people typically don't watch, unless you're like a really big streamer who has like hundreds if not thousands of people who would watch that. Now, typically people don't watch full I gotta turn down my audio here. Yep, very loud. Turn down a bit. A biddle. Also very loud. Let me see if I can adjust that. Bring it down. Always gotta adjust audio levels. So sorry if the game was very loud just then. But anyways, as I was saying, people don't typically watch like full VODs on YouTube, like just uploading the raw VOD. Now, people will watch edited videos, and I found that people will watch videos based more on relevancy and, for lack of a better description, not cookie cutter formulas. So having unique descriptions, unique video titles. Same with streaming too. Unique stream titles can have a bit of an impact. And having unique descriptions and having relevancy, that matters. So now I'm gonna take care of the black borders here again. But I'm gonna have to set up OBS with a separate scene entirely just for the PS2, which I can duplicate my capture card scene in OBS. I can duplicate the capture card source by putting it into a separate scene and then using that scene as a source. Hi, Remington. Hello, kitty cat. And then that separate, it'll count it, well, it'll count it as a separate source regardless of if it's an actual scene or not. But it'll count it as a separate source entirely. Hey, you leave that alone. Good, Remy. Just that setting it up as its own scene, getting it properly cropped so that all I gotta really do is, you know, add it as a source in separate scene, which is this one. Amy, what are you doing? And then do all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cropped. Capture card here. I'm just gonna do it not manually, but I'm not gonna do it very cleanly. Get it perfect for next time, which will be next Monday. Okay, good. What you doing, kitty cat? So it's not gonna be perfect today, but hey, what you doing? You leave it alone. Hey, come out of there. No, you come out of there. Get. Come on. Go on. Get. That's a good kitty. You can listen. Good boy. Yeah. Also, yes, Oliver, I did see your message. Although, I'm sure you saw my response. It's all good. Lurking is fine. That's a good Bubbins. I give you butt pats. Butt pats on the kitty cat. Gonna be a good boy today. My TV's muted. Oh, definitely wasn't. Hey! You biting? Okay, Momo. You didn't actually bite me. You just put your teeth to my flesh. You did not actually bite down. Good boy. Hey, hi, Ann. Look, it's okay, buddy. Whenever you don't actually bite me, I like to reward you with pets. To show that I'm not gonna be mean about it. Don't gotta bite me, buddy. Get to the gameplay in a moment. Don't gotta bite me. Didn't like sink in his teeth. He used to do that, so I'm a little gun shy still. He used to bite the holy shit out of me all the time. But then we had sort of an understanding where he realized, oh, I'm not here to traumatize him. I'm not here to hurt him. I'm here to make sure that he gets fed, has toys, has somewhere warm to sleep. Although I think because he was a stray before the Humane Society.
We cannot overlook the tyranny of Don Juan. The time has come to destroy this traitor. Right shall prevail.
The headphones were like super loud with this game, so I was like hearing double audio just from the headphones that I'm not even wearing, plus my speakers. Like, I don't really want to use headphones anymore except for new games. And if it's Dynasty Warriors, I think I can go without headphones. But headphones are a little uncomfortable nowadays, and especially since I'm still recovering from not having my acne medication, which I still have to take my medication this morning, so we'll do that as soon as battle. Still getting like cystic nodulosis on my ears and stuff, which of course makes wearing headsets super uncomfortable, if not downright painful. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my medication right now so I don't forget. Yeah. And I would be working out more, but I think maintenance is doing some work, but that was very loud. I don't know if you could hear that. You probably couldn't unless I would be talking, so hopefully that doesn't happen a whole lot during the stream. Pretty sure it's just maintenance doing some work, because normally my neighbor's not that loud. But I would be working out more. Remy, hey, you get out of there. Come here. Over here. Over here now. Get over here. Get over here. Come here. You will leave those wires alone. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm trying to get things not distract me. Actually do stuff. Hey, leave the wires alone. Hey. Leave it. Also, it's very warm in here today, but it could also be because I drank some hot coffee just a little bit ago. Remy. Alright, as I was saying, while I'm trying to get my medication all in order. Hey! Leave it! Hey. Leave it alone. Are you gonna let me talk, or are you gonna continue distraction? Come on. Here. Come on. Gotta leave that shit alone. Hey, you can be over here all you want. Can't be over on the other side. I'm sure you do not understand. Pets, so that I don't mean you no harm. Hi, yes, I'm trying to get my medication, buddy. Sorry, everybody. The cat plus all the noise is very distracting. Hi, Remington. Yes, rub the microphone and push it away. Hi, buddy. You're very nice. You're a very nice kitty. If I get interrupted again about talking about working out, I'm just gonna drop the subject. No, don't mess with that. I need that. Also, be careful with my water. You're gonna get hair all over it. Hey, what are you doing? Goofball. Alright. Take my meds. Sure there's no cat hair all over it. Wash my mason jar. It's getting a bit dirty. Normally I don't wash it a whole lot just because it's like, it's just water. Granted, I probably should be washing it all the time. Hello, Remington. Nice of you to join me over here. So, as I was saying, I would work out more, but I'm getting sores inside of legs, as in like my thighs and stuff, making it very painful to do stuff like that. Painful just sits and the game is low and odd. I have to adjust audio on the fly. Gotta turn it up in OBS too. So I would work out more, but fortunately, I have to let my sores heal before I can feel comfortable, quite literally feel comfortable working out. Power of PS2, everybody. Poppin is super close distance. Raw distance, I guess. Thinking my reach is not as long as I think it is. Hey, stay up. Hey, stay off the keyboard. No. Yeah, I know, buddy. You don't have to give me the sad little mouth. I do not step on that particular part of the keyboard where you're going to lower the audio. Okay, buddy. Not dead? Okay, now. Damn. You're okay, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Let's get it done. Right, there's like 2 gates over there. Stronghold, whatever. They already cleared it. Okay, your troops are actually useful in these older games. That's why you kind of have to move with them. Also, so you don't get fucked up taking on all the people by yourself. I kind of wish it would be like that in the newer games, but I don't really care. I do not want them to be as easy as Dynasty Warriors 9. Having said that, I still have fun. But it's it's so easy that it's not even worth playing on harder difficulties, because it's just as easy as like not as easy as like the super lowest difficulty, but it's pretty darn easy even on ultimate. And typically when I'm on ultimate, I enjoy being low level where I don't have a whole lot of stuff. It's challenging. But then I get a few levels and a few upgrades, and then all of a sudden where it shouldn't be that way until I get like max level, the highest level items, and I had to grind a bunch for it and all that. But I shouldn't have to play on Nico level difficulty just for a challenge, which, by the way, is still not much of a challenge. It's just, it takes 300 times as long to kill a basic base captain. Like, it's not fun because you're doing the same combos against one guy for like 15. It's ridiculous. Totally not worth playing on. You know what they could have done with difficulty? Just like, and this goes for difficulty in video games in general, just like, make everything super difficult. Everybody. So, you die in a couple hits, and since it still has the health gating thing in Dynasty Warriors 9, health gating is like, in Dynasty Warriors 9 is kind of like how your land. You get just essentially 0 hit points. The game gates your health, and oh, you don't actually have 0 hit points to die. You instead have 1 hit. This game, what it does, sorry, this game's a little more difficult than Dynasty Wars. With Dynasty Wars 9, as I'm trying to say, it health gates you when that happens, unless you heal. Well, unless you don't heal. What I'm trying to say. Don't heal when you get health gated and you get hit again, then you're dead. Essentially, when you go to 0 health bar, it counts you as having essentially 1 hit point. And I've also seen it where it's like you get close to low hit points, and then it doesn't health gate you because you're so low. But most often, when I see harder difficulties, I don't get to low hit points. I go to no hit points and then health gated, and I have an option to heal. Except each heal, there's no like buffer period between those health gating. So, say for instance, I get health gated and I heal, there's a cooldown on the health gate. So if I get hit, have 1 hit point by the health gate, heal, and then I take another hit immediately after I heal, get health gated again. Well, as I just said, I get health gated again, so essentially dying is very hard to do. I still enjoy the game immensely. It's kind of like Wars Orgy, where I'm an invincible superhero, which I like that sometimes. I don't like it all the time, but I like it sometimes. I like having I'm an invincible superhero kind of power fantasy. Sometimes I don't. And I don't think immersion and fun are mutually exclusive. Now, some people might say, why would they be? Of course immersion. But I would say, sometimes immersion is frustrating. And sometimes fun is not very immersive. It can be. Immersion can be fun. But sometimes games just have to cheat and beat the player. Games these days are eventually mind well from the ground up. Saying that. And that's okay. But that's why I'm also a proponent of don't have multiple difficulties in a video game. If you're gonna have a video game be hard, just let it be hard. If you're gonna have a game be easy, let it be easy. Let the players have that power advantage. And if it's an online game where developers have a direct force the players or direct feedback, well, and they can say release an update to change things. Then it'd be like, oh, the game is way too easy. Okay, well, we'll adjust things so it's more difficult. Oh, Power Fantasy. Or, oh, the game is really too fucking hard. Okay, let's balance it. But a lot of what I see from quote-unquote balance in video games nowadays, why I think so many people are like, well, this isn't Call of Duty, I don't want balance. They see it from the negative of balance. It's like, yeah, developers don't know what the fuck they're doing, so they have some OP that, because player feedback is like, oh, this is OP, they then make it fucking useless and make the thing that was useless before OP. Then they have to make another update to make the thing that was useless before that they made OP useless again, and then choose something else that's that they have to make OP, or completely make the thing that they made OP, they made useless OP again. Like, who's deciding these things? Who's making games? These are the dumbest smart people. So I'm very much not Dark Souls as in Dark Souls hard, but Dark Souls expensive there's no difficulty. If it's gonna be hard, it's just hard. If it's gonna be easy, the players have their power bank. Because sometimes things are fun. Sometimes things are fun, and things are overpowered. And things aren't constantly being balanced or changed. Granted, something's going to be overpowered. That doesn't mean that there needs to be one thing that is king game, and then everything else is not that good. But I do think there's a fine line. Like, hey, let's not be dumb about our game. Which I think difficulties are fine when done right. It's almost like when things are done right, not bad. Heck. Nice, got him. Almost got him. Oh, you get the Musa attack. I said it weird. Funsies. Like Warzone 4 Ultimate, while generally the gameplay is easier based on what you can unlock and what you can get from that. But on Pandemonium difficulty, it's very much which is why I love that they made Pandemonium a permanent unlock in the camp. That harder than Chaos, but still be OP and have power fantasy. Have power fantasy with loads of damage. But you can also get fucked up. I mean, for higher level characters, it's important to get fucked up, especially if you promote them. And increase their health / defense. And their power character, which naturally a tiny little bit tanky and up power. So, hey, Captain. I like Pandemonium difficulty. However, I do think a bit easy sometimes. These newer games are very much living up to 1 versus 1,000. Staple, is that the right word? Like the 1 versus 1,000 staple? Older games kind of need oops. I like doing that. Well, the newer games are true to the nature of the franchise. But I really like Warzone 3 Ultimate. Chaos was like, I'm not sure if I can survive this battle with my fully maxed out OP weapon build character. Some characters, it wasn't a question. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Like Cao Cao with an aerial R1. He was so far. His R1 is so dumb. That's why I liked Warzone Ultimate. You could be OP, but in super jank ways. I loved it in that game. Warzone 4 Ultimate's not necessarily bad. I do enjoy it. It's just not as... It's good, it's just not as good as one. Kind of hard to top that. That's like... I mean, I think the one game that could top Warzone 4 Ultimate best though is probably Samurai Warriors Spirit of Sonata. Now, I have not played it, so I cannot say for my own personal experience. But guess what? It's a Muso game. We're doing the Dynasty Warriors Legacy, which No, that's a little disingenuous to say it's just Dynasty. We're going to be doing it all. Include Samurai Wars, World War G, all the different spin-offs, all the different licenses. So, we'll be playing Samurai Wars Spirit of Sonata when we get here. So, won't be a game that I never play. However, considering how many Muso games there are, and even though Dynasty Wars 9 Empires is probably a long ways away, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a teaser sometime either before or around June, and then Tokyo Game Show is when we get an official reveal with a panel of developers / voice actors. Potentially, that's probably what's going to happen. But considering the rate at which these games come out and how many there are, it's going to be a long time before we get Samurai Warriors here. Considering even though the game is a couple years old now, it's really new compared to these older games. And just from what I own already, we beat Dynasty Warriors 1. That wasn't a big deal. Small roster, even if I unlocked all the characters, not gonna work. That means I'm gonna have to play on hard, and just playing on frustrating. Get around. Get a move on. And he's going to bed. I have Dynasty Warriors 2, which of course is what we're playing right now. Of course, on original hardware, except I don't have an original. But original hardware. I'm playing on an actual PS2. I'm a sticker. I don't mind if other people do. Then I have Dynasty Warriors 3. I have Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends. I have Dynasty Warriors 4. And I have Dynasty Warriors 4 Elite Empires. I'd have to look. I forgot which one I bought, whether it was Extreme Legends or Empire. And it's not because there's a shitload of games in it. It's more like I have a really bad memory. And I don't have the original. I have an actual PS2 case and the actual game, but it didn't come with art, and it didn't come with a manual. I'm not a super stickler for that. If I wanted an actual collector's edition, well, collector's collection, I guess you could say. I'm getting fucked up. This is the wrong way to go. How fortuitous. If I wanted an actual collector's collection, then I probably wouldn't even be playing these games on original. They would be sitting on my shelf all nice and pretty, and not even being open, let alone played. If I wanted that, I could get that if I spent the money. But I'm having what I call a functional collection. I want a collection that I can play. Well, I'm gonna be playing for the oh shit, we had a clash. Oh, I forgot that was in this game. It's like Dynasty Wars 1 clash. Like, and these old games are still good. I think there's a gate over here. Yeah, we're gonna be playing all these games. And if I can if I can complete Uso Legacy in enough time. Well, not really in enough time. It's like, if I can beat it in a decent amount of time, it's like, it's not gonna take like 10 years, some shit like that. It's gonna take a while, I know, but it doesn't take super long to finish it. Might also include Muso, like, not including but not limited to Fate Extella, Link, and Goku Basara. Notice how sometimes the peons block. They don't really do that in games. Okay. Like, these guys are dying easy anyway. Let's see if we can beat Lu Bu. I remember a while ago when I was streaming this, I was playing as Guan Yu, and like my first run, with Guan Yu at Hulao Gate, it was like I beat Lu Bu, and it really wasn't that hard. I think the Lu Bu difficulty got really ramped up. In like Dynasty 3. I have to be careful with my combos. He gets knocked over, and he can heal. Like he did there, but it's fucking Guan Yu. Knocked his ass over. Treats. Not in time for death. It's interesting how those old games did that. They had like death cuts, but they didn't actually tie in. Of course, people who are here watching, they probably know that. But for people who don't know, in case they're old video games, nice healing. And these bodyguards for officers, especially the commanding officer, they're toughens. They can kind of fuck you up. The real question is, how did the enemy get behind us? Unless they like spawned it, unless they spawned in with something. How did they get behind us? Flank. Play. I could always take this horse, go up north, and there he is. Hi. Wow, even a generic like Gao Shu killed himself. Motherfucker. He's not fucking around. The deadlock. Archers were always annoying. You would get to them and they would run away and then shoot. No, get back here. I have to kill you. Stop shooting me. No, we hit each other at the same time. He's a toughen. Oh, it didn't even die to my Muso. God damn. Don't fuck around. I'll grab this horse armor and go north. Seems like the troops dealt with it. Yeah, he went very high up. Go back north, put those troops up there. They're trying to close the gate. I can't run over my own troops. Go away. I love these games. Like, I'm not even like for emotional playing these, although I probably will be come Dynasty 7. But it's just like I can't stop smiling from ear to ear because these games really mean. Here, knock you off your horse. I got his ass. Yeah. Dead? Yeah, he's dead. Back on the horse. Also, I remember back in the older games, what's probably more of a Dynasty Warriors 2 thing, but like, you got on a horse that was like a high-ranking horse, or it belonged to a high-ranking character. If you weren't high enough level, the horse would kick you off. And sometimes it just kick you off anyway. God damn, that's actually a thing? Hi, darn. So you can't get off the horse until you're wasn't sure if I was already at full health. There's a bit of space at the bar and bars. Uchwa. Oh, crazy move. And he's dead. Now I gotta clear that eastern flank. Help my troops push up. It's a long way around. Especially since my troops can hold their own, which is why the morale meter is so important. Because if your morale is high and the enemy's morale is low, your troops actually do better. They can pull shit. It's almost like that's how it should work in real life. In a simplified game mechanic way. It's almost like that was important and intended from the beginning. The newer games just let troops be useless. And although in Dynasty Warriors 9 they're not completely useless, but they're only about 10% better. But I do enjoy clearing bases when I'm preparing to finish a chapter. Like I go and clear all the enemy bases. I don't bother with the brigand bases, yellow bases, I like to call them. Piss yellow bases. Because they just constantly respawn chapters. Clear. But I like to clear all the enemy bases so my officers can start moving up to the front lines. However, the closer to the front lines you are, the more officers there are that need to move up, the farther away from the front lines you get, the more it is just grinding. Now, I love boring grinding. That means I get a shitload of money from all the treasures I get clearing the bases. And that just means I can buy more shit like homes and furniture for the homes. And I'm gonna, when I start over my Dynasty Wars 9 playthrough, I'm gonna let it be as grindy and long as possible. Like, it took me so long as Sao in my recent playthrough. I think it was more of an off-stream playthrough. But it took me so long just to get out of Chapter 2. Like, I think from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, I was like 100 hours in. It was nonsense, but I loved it. I love those sort of long playthroughs. I love it. I love it. In case you didn't know, I really like Dynasty Wars. Back these guys. Back them with my stick. Yo, fool. Smack on the head. Bonk him in jail. Speaking of horny jail, I had a really fun time watching a streamer last night, which makes me want to actually get him a shout out command in my chat. I mean, it's not like he really needs it, but he's really fucking cool. I enjoy his content while watching. But his name is Meji Wolf. A really cool Skyrim stream. Well, I had a blast in the chat last night. And it sucks partly when he streams, because sometimes he's live a little early for me, so like sometimes as early as 8 p.m. Sometimes it's like 9 p.m. Like 10 or 11, right when I'm getting ready to go to bed. And then he streams for a full 8 hours after it goes live. So I only get to catch like maybe an hour or two. But he's really high quality, and he deserves the partnership that he earned. He deserves every bit of it. Really cool. Hi, Lubu. Whoa, the bodyguard prevented me from blocking. Cool. Fighting nation. Lubu's not very hard in that. Granted, I am playing on the easier difficulty just because of it. But even then, he's still fucking me up. Well, he's not supposed to die here. Attack up +8? Expecting kind of like maybe a +4. But a +8? Hey, you care. Yes, you do. Come here. Oh, you're almost dead. Up. Gotta run away. Right. Look at all that blue. Sea of blue. That opens up Hulao Gate. Okay. One thing I really... Oh, my bot's tone. Ooh. One thing I like about the open world aspect of Dynasty Wars 9 is it really puts in perspective the size of the cities. Sometimes the cities in like Dynasty Wars 8, like some are supposed to be huge, have these huge palaces and like big giant areas. Kind of small, or at least they feel small. That. Looking for a save icon. Oh, hi. Find me. Hey, dog jaw. Overreach yourself. Yeah, a little bit. I charged in for the deal. And I was close to more. My ugly redhead rolled on. Who knows what that's from? I'm sure I screwed up, so clearly I'm an expert. How goes it, everybody? Getting ready to kill Don Juan. He doesn't kill me first. Trying to get my push up through the gate. Gotta kill everybody. On camera angle. There we go. That's one way to do it. Alright. Oh, that's the money for 6, 3. Oh, deadlock. Aha, beat you, fat bastard. One of my favorite mod titles for a mod in Skyrim is Fat Bastards of Skyrim. It makes male NPCs have like a fat gut. It's behind you, Chad. Button mash central. Stop it right now. I'm doing this to kill her guard. She's probably gonna heal. That's fine. Yeah. A little help. Oh. Guys, she's gonna die. God damn it. My hits didn't change, so now she got full health. But I do see some... The fucking deadlocks. This bitch. Get this part disappears. I'll do the slow game. Want the slow game? No. Oh, lore friendly. Is there another gate captain I need to kill? Hi, Don Juan. What? The gate captain got healing. What horse manani is this? Horse manani? Horse manure. Go back to our troop. Wonder why the hell they aren't pushing up. Is this just the job for me? Hello? Like 2 guys here. There's a few. On Han Dong's like the only guy in here. What? Take the guard so I can get the... I was there recovering and all that's left is boom. Bastard. That bastard. Very nice. Come on, John Bate, don't ruin this for me. Oh, you bastard. I guess he didn't get healing that time. What? Like, moved past me and got past my guard. Fucking assholes, stop punching him in the air. My boy Han Dong getting stuck in. Get him in, War Dog. Yeah, he's the first officer besides me in there. Didn't realize you were a Han Dong fan. He's pretty cool. I like that he's actually in the new pike axe thing is really fun. What is our rank after this? 4th Horse General, 2nd Horse General, 4th Lance General. I don't know what these even mean, but I have now 8 guards and they're sergeants. Was that a soft spot for Liao Hua? Hua? I can say that right. Liao Hua. Here, to be honest, purely because of Dynasty Warriors 3 Zhang Plains, he's my life once. That's where that nostalgia comes in, and it brings back those happy feelings. Really fucking cool. Some people have been saying that they want a Liao Hua big character. Yes, I will save. Write my data. And now we have Chong Bon, bottom 208.
Kelko's troops have overtaken us.
Brother, lead them to us.
Do not worry.
Yeah!
Okay. End of cutscene. Background?
The Alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dong Zhuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. In the year 200, Cao Cao defeats Yuan Shao and gains control over the Central Plains. Supreme power rests in his hands, and his forces grow tremendously.
One blow away from dying, stunned, about to be killed, Liao Hua runs in and hits the officer. He has to run and get help. That's really cool. Moments like that really stick with you.
Cao Cao works to bring the entire land under his control. In 208, he personally leads his men south to Jing. After years of wandering, Liu Bei had finally come to rest in Jing. Now he must find a way to escape the overwhelming force soon to reach him.
Okay. And wait. Into this. Also one of like 2 officers who ever seemed to actually be helping at Wu Zhang. They kept seeing him, was like, Lao Hua's here again. Thank God. Not the enemy. Yan Wei. Bull Buckler. Health bars. If I can differentiate the enemy. 2. Now I got smacked by a cavalry. It bothers me when people say Calvary. No, Calvary was the hill that Jesus Christ was crucified on. Don't ask me how I know this, I'm just a Methodist. Was. Not in church anymore. Cavalry is what or how now impediments are a thing. So I tend to forgive people on this one. But when people say wolf, but they say woof. Like it's not a woof, it's a wolf. An L. Or they say weaponry, but they actually say weaponry. No T in the word. Here comes the cavalry. Yeah. Alright, but I'm a stickler for correct pronunciation. I don't mind if people type wrong, spell wrong, but god damn. I'm pretty stupid. At least I have the intelligence, the knowledge to know that I am stupid. Some people are dumber than me, which is astounding. How can people be more stupid? My sister was a fan of being Pacific for a long time. Well, that was when I was a kid, that was kind of a thing kids would say when they were a kid. Like, I can definitely forgive spelling mistakes unless it's consistent spelling mistakes. Then, even then, it's like I'm not gonna sit there and make them feel shitty just because they don't know how to spell. Now, this is adults' mind, so they should already know. But because guess what? There's probably like 7 billion people on the planet, and who knows how many of them have internet and the ability to post on the internet. I can't get it. This isn't just me, but I can't get mad at people for fucking things up on the internet when there's literally billions of people. Like, if I was gonna get mad at everything, I'd be dead before I got even to the last thing. Another reason where my philosophy of just don't give a shit. Give a shit when it matters, but don't be mad at everything. Just wear yourself out. Where? You're almost dead. Be Pacific. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to be in. Don't want to be in ocean. But Shushu is retreating. Alright, are you hungry? Reinforcements, I guess. My bodyguard has died. Oh! I guess I'm in the wrong location. Guess who's where I was going to go? I'm actually gonna pull back. House I was down there. So we're gonna go up to Bay. Obey. How do you say? Obey. How to say? We're pulling back. Definitely don't want to fight Salsa right now. But when we're a little consolidated and not as grounded. Yeah, that's a little hard not to do. Oh, there's a big meat bun. On the wrong way. Also, like, I don't want to always be the actual guy. If someone is completely false and then is trying to spread that historical fact as something other than a historical fact, then it's like, yeah, correct them. But if they're like, if they're gonna come back and be like, basically where they don't want it, then they'll just back off. It's not worth dealing with if they're gonna get offended by it. Not that I'm worried I'm gonna offend somebody and it's like, oh, don't get offended, lol. I don't want to offend people, which is why I would just back off and leave it alone. I'll tell you what I used to do when I was young and foolish. I would argue with people on the internet. It made me nothing but mad and tired. So, everybody these days, put your phone down, turn the computer off, and go outside and smell the roses. And if it's too cold or too hot, stay where it's comfortable. Have a cup of tea or something. Don't want caffeine, have decaf tea. Don't want tea, have some water. Yeah. I don't see why it's so hard on social media to just not be toxic, because the people who are often touting things that are good, like, you know, up against racism and all that, which you definitely should do, or not being tolerant of intolerance. That's good. Don't be tolerant of that. Sometimes they still need to put the phone down, log out of Twitter for a few hours. Sometimes it's not worth arguing with Joe Schmo from bumfuck Kansas about whether or not something from this country, from this law, from this part of the world deserves to remain. It's like, not worth it. Try to spread more positivity instead of arguing. Things that are just ephemeral anyways. Like, I saw this thing on Twitter this morning about some lady smashing her car on stage and people getting all mad about it. And basically saying, like, well, she didn't actually do it, it was fake, or, I don't know. It's kind of hard to read the situation. I was just thinking, like, damn. People really out here mad about someone doing a musical rendition and then having a good time to smash the guitar after. That sounds like fun. People really out here getting mad about it. Or like, I don't know. I think I'm just ranting. I wish people would just be nicer to each other. We get so hostile over this nonsense. Reminds me of War Dog's discussion about pineapple on pizza. Like, who cares? People like it, fine. People don't like it, fine. Real difference is when people are assholes about it. Goes for anything in life. Stop being an asshole. Start being nice. Really not that hard. And I get it, when people are in their 20s, or early 20s. I'm not saying I'm old here, I'm only 30. But when people are in their early 20s, they still have hormones going. Like they just turned 40. They definitely act like it. They gotta get all angry and uppity about everything. But it's really not worth it. I think people should fight against bullshit in life. Something really bullshit like racism, homophobia, xenophobia, that should all be taken care of. Gotta take a break. Do it all the time. Also, I feel like I have to constantly cover my ass by saying, "Whoa, I gotta say that I'm not a fan of this and this," but that's not to say that it's not all bad. Like, I shouldn't need to cover my. I should be able to just speak plainly. Why sometimes I don't bother to cover my. Specifically when I talk about things like D&D 5e, 5th edition. Actually, 5e. Whenever I talk about that, there's always the fear of the fanboy or fangirl being like, "You said bad thing about the thing I like. I'm to hate you forever." Which, that's never happened. Well, for that to happen. But it's like, I've seen a lot of people like cultily, not even religiously, but cult-like defend D&D 5e because they like it. Which I'm not trying to remove people from liking D&D 5e. I'm not trying to remove the fun. But personally, I don't enjoy it when I'm playing in D&D 5e and I'm an invincible student. Especially since the world of adventure and great plot lines, and sometimes the world is being threatened by a god that we have to go attack and dethrone. Attack and dethrone god in D&D. Right about something in the games. Kidding. Attack and dethrone god. Now, sometimes you have those great stakes, but then players almost never die when that happens, and they get to do buttloads of damage. And one thing that D&D has always done, whether it's 5th edition or not, well, I suppose like 1st edition doesn't really do that, but I'm talking more like 3.5 and stuff, 3rd edition. It's like, yeah, we get to have really, 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 really high numbers to compare against other really high numbers, compare against these other numbers. It's just like, can we just like simplify that a little bit? Maybe let's not do 80 hit points of damage in one attack against something that's got like 150 hit points. How about we just reduce the number? Because if it's gonna die in a couple hits anyways, why not just reduce the math? I found this wonderful YouTuber by the name of Dungeon Craft, and he is a guy who played like back in the 70s and 80s when it was definitely lots more difficult Not necessarily to play in the sense that you're gonna die a bunch, it's just harder to understand. Which is something 5e actually does well, that makes it way easier to understand. Ow. Stop it. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. I need to heal. One thing I like about playing this game is like you sort of kind of veg out and kill dudes while explaining how to kill them. Where are you going? Fight me. Fight for this. Oh, he actually blocked that. Chad. Of course, it's Zhang-He, so... Chad, Zhang-He, kind of goes hand in hand. He's the fucking butterfly Chad. But no, I don't particularly enjoy combat that takes several hours to complete, even if it's a boss fight. I don't think D&D combat should be longer than an hour. Maybe an hour tops if it's a boss fight. The lovely thing about Dungeon Craft, the YouTube that I've been talking about, is he's like, hey, just reduce hit points and reduce damage by a little. So instead of the Ancient Red Dragon having 250 hit points, it just has 50. Instead of the players having shitloads of hit points by like level 9, they just cap out at level 3 for hit point. And he went, I've seen another one of his videos where he explains that he simply caps out hit points at 20 hit points. And then reduces damage, high sources of damage by just a tad. Why, when I do my D&D campaign for Shiny Breeze Discord, is it's going to be using some of those rules. The hit points aren't going to cap out at 20, but as soon as a character is level 3, they get no more hit points. Which is to say that the characters will have as many hit points at the beginning of the game than they will when the game ends. Because the players are starting at 3rd level. They're already going to be low level but established convention. Oh god. Got his ass. Remember what? You didn't say anything. You didn't do anything. Remember that I beat you? Okay. Whatever you say, game. Nice. Got the attack up. Like, I think D&D rules should be super simplified. I found a way that Dungeon Craft handles XP that more or less falls in line, although it's not exactly what I had in mind, for how I want to run XP in my D&D campaign, where XP is going to be like, okay, every time you get 10 XP, you level up. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, does it? Well, that's because the way he handles XP is like, oh, your objective is to, you don't necessarily say this to the player, you kind of just have to get a feel for it as a dungeon. It's like, oh, your objective is to go save the mayor's daughter from the evil orc who wants to ransom her. So, hey, That's the objective. And let's say that it has a sub-objective of, you know, get past his really tough lieutenant. And then, on the way to go find a first layer, you come across a Chimera den. You have to fight a Chimera. Okay, that's a hard challenge, so you get 3 experience points from it because almost everybody died. But, you know, survived a hard fight and, you know, get 3 XP. And then fight his hard lieutenant, beat him. Okay, that's 1 XP. Okay, now you fight his orc horde. That's another 2 XP. And then you fight the boss himself. That's another 2 XP. Let's just say, rounding up, they get 10 XP. Hey, you guys completed that part of the campaign. You level up now. Super simple. Really awesome, and it makes sense because it's like, here's like Challenger XP, so if you come across things that you didn't plan for, they still get experience points, right? And they get more based on how hard it was instead of how hard the Dungeon Master planned it to be. You still need to plan out the difficulty because so hard. And then, when they actually complete the objective and do the thing, then they get XP for it. And it's not a shitload of number crunching. Hung Liao is back. Like, a lot of from what I see about what Dungeon Craft does for his games is a lot of simplifying, which D&D 5e is already not necessarily simple, although it is simple, but a lot of the rules were simplified, therefore making more or less better than older editions. Makes them easier to learn, which brings people, new players into the hobby a lot easier, therefore making the hobby populated, which is good. That's good for the hobby. Although the other half of the hobby getting more players is definitely because of Critical Role. I don't think Critical Role is perfect, but that's kind of why we're watching it. I think there are definite flaws to it. The flaws are make it even as a high value production. Not necessarily relatable, likable. Characters aren't really perfect. And Matt Mercer certainly doesn't fully punch it. The show's flaws, as well as the things that are good about the show, just straight up high quality, why I like watching. That's probably why it certainly helped grow D&D 5th edition, where the hobby had a shit. Also, it helped grow smaller online D&D shows. I'm not saying that every online D&D show owes credit to Critical Role. That would be presumptuous and kind of dickish. But that does say that, you know, these other shows that probably would have been, you know, gotten a dedicated following, not much of a, they can now grow a lot. And what a lot of 5th edition has done, because it's become accessible, more people because of rules, is YouTube channels, like the number of YouTube channels that do D&D content, the number of D&D content that those do, that's not just gameplay, has skyrocketed, and almost all of them do well. I'm sure there are some that are struggling to actually get their name out. They're probably relatively new or super old, varied by the algorithm. And that's amazing. I love seeing a shitload of YouTubers getting the recognition they deserve because suddenly the hobby is popular. That's where D&D 5e, I think, is the best edition of the game. Not because of the actual rules. The actual rules kind of suck a dick. I'm very much not a fan of the actual rules in 5e, even though I do think that them being a little simplified does help. The social aspect of D&D 5e, what I really, really like, which is why I think it's the best edition of the game. Not my favorite edition, but it's the best edition. Not gonna sit there and tell you it's not. Best edition simply because of the social aspect of it. What it's done for the hobby and what it's done for people in the hobby. You know. And in this digital age, things like D&D, well, certainly it has its negatives, like anything. As positive as they can be, someone can go to a cheesecake factory and be the happiest person in the world and still have an experience that rubs them the right. Even if they're the happiest person. But a lot of what I see from, especially from the 5e crowds, is a lot of positivity, which is good. I love it. Love it. I could just ramble and rant here. Not really ranting, for rambling. I thought I could just ramble for 1,000. Or the hundreds of dudes ramble about things I like. And speaking of things I like, the games are fucking awesome. Love recent games. I love it. Coming. Urban fighting. Knows it just. Oh. And maybe, just maybe. Not sure if Shiny Bree's gonna be streaming today because she's kind of been struggling with sleep. She'll be lucky if she gets one stream a week. Oh, hi. Guess you can join me. If she is streaming today, I'll try to raid her, but if she's not, we will extend the stream with a little bit of breakpoint. Huh? So I won't be editing down my breakpoint playthrough, current playthrough, for YouTube. I more or less lost a lot of the footage because I didn't bother to keep it in the first place. Can't see shit now. Freezing away. They hit me when I'm invincible. Ow, ow, ow. Stop hitting me. Not very nice. Yeah, the first time I played Dynasty Warriors 2, not that long ago, it was like last year, maybe two. The final fight against Cao Cao, I think at Wujiang Plains, was super hard. Holy shit, was it hard. I don't expect it to be as hard, considering I have old data from more recently. You know, just different PS2, considering my older PS2 had died. I tried to fix it, and put it apart, put it back together. Well, I should say, couldn't put it back together without breaking it even further. I'm oh so good at handling things. Well, not so much handling them, but trying to fix them is where I fail. But I have old data on this memory card. Means I'm gonna go to the gate captains. Gates. Means things are gonna be a little easier for Zhao Yun, considering he was the first character I played. Which is Zhao Yun, so. I'm gonna have to go deep into enemy territory. So things are going to be a little easier. I'm playing an easy, and two, grind it up. Ground up? Grind it up? I don't know if it's correct video game terminology is. Finding I really don't need to do the combos. I might as well righty. Stepped into him. Now let's go get this other gate. I like how the northwestern gates that are obviously enemy controlled are not sending out enemies. They could easily hit us in the back flank. They tried to do that. Yeah. Now I can start murderizing the southeastern flank, southeastern gate, excuse me, is on a singular path that's not connected over there. Hey, heals. Alright. Close this other gate and perch on the rest of Cao Cao's troops. Excuse me, Cao Cao. As this is the older games, it's Cao Cao for now. Cao Cao. Oh, Momley's probably super busy with first aid. He's a community member in my community and several other. I'm sure he's just super busy. Hey, you're a 9. Takes till dinosaurs 4 for the characters to not run like they're constipated. Good old random. Good old animation run cycle. Heal up again, bitch. Do it. They have 2 of my bodyguards left. I had 8 of them. Our morale bar is super full. Welcome in, you're a 9, Zach. I hope you're doing well. I think if Shiny Bree isn't, if she is, I'll try to stop by. But if she isn't, I think I know who we're gonna raid. Well, that's good to hear. I think I know who we're gonna raid later today. Of course, granted, although he'll probably. That, of course, is Tang Yuga. Because it's Wednesday. But he's probably going to play Thursday, Wednesday. Which, of course, if he doesn't, he's probably from afraid of anything. Doesn't need to be playing a movie game to be afraid of. I figured it would be contiguous with what we're doing. Oh, I knocked him over. Get him. Alright. Calculated. Not to waste my life here. I like how I don't need to activate my OBS victory music when I'm playing Musa games, because they're already in there. Alright, what did I level up to? First Lance General. Oh, they're majors now. They just leveled up. Bodyguards. Not much details on Zhao Yun's armor. Like, even for early PS2, this looks amazing. I'm in such a high mood today. Why? Well, I think I know why. Because we're playing Dynasty Warriors. Battle of Yiling. No Battle of GB?
I'm counting on you, Lu Xun.
Anytime now.
Dynasty Warriors 5 is my favorite. I think it's because they got rid of the auto lock-on. Huh. Background.
At Changban, Liu Bei barely escapes with his life. Joining forces with Sun Quan, he manages to destroy Cao Cao's pursuit. At the same time, he regains control of Jing. They call this the Battle of Qi Bi. With Jing as a base, Liu Bei turns west to Shu. Winning
Yeah, I guess
control
Battle
of
of
Shu,
Qi Bi's not even
he
in
is
this.
finally in a position to begin Zhuge Liang's Heavenly Triangle. However, Sun feels threatened by Bei's growth.
Sun?
He allies with Wei, and together they seize control of Jing.
Yes, they say Sun
Furious
Quan.
Bei swears revenge.
Quan Chi.
By 221, Bei's army had been attacking Yiling Castle for a year. The men are exhausted and so worn out that at first they do not notice Wu's counterattack.
Sun Quan. Guess people are so used to saying Sun Tzu, not realizing it's Sun Tzu. I still need to get the Art of War. I have the Book of Five Rings by Musashi Miyamoto. I still also need to get the Mokado, the Art of Living Alone, the Art of go back north. Or let our dudes hit on. Bonk. Bonk. Go to Horntail. hard to believe we've been streaming for under 2 hours. Because it feels like I've been sitting here for a while. Which is not to say I've been having it's boring. I'm saying it's I did that last battle for a while. Oh, my lip is so itchy. Hey, back here. Okay. Now we can get back to the front lines. Dark again, but I guess it is at night. Fire started at the leader of John Vick. The fire attack. I launched him into it. John Vick's not even supposed to be here. Supposed to be dead. Itchy. Gotta shave. Get facial hair. Not shave the mustache. Do everything else. I dig fun. For being the most bare bones Dynasty Cruise game, it's still a fun game. Archers back here? I think there are archers back there. Look at all my bodyguards. Ow, speaking of archers, I think I just got hit by one. Gunning. Gunning. Bodyguards are popping up. I got to get up. Wow, it is Muso on. I got mine. Fine. Thought you were in the game. There it is. Where'd Ashiasuga go? There he is. Faster. Got him. Hey, Takanashi. Gotta kill Lu Xun real quick. Like that. Get him, though. I'm gonna get him. Welcome in, Takanashi. I hope you're doing well. Cha-cha-cha-cha. My bodyguards are crazy. Dude's here to fight. Kind of hard to see since it's dark and raining. Okay. Probably go south about Zhang Fei, even though he's supposed to be dead. Where these troops are going. Looks like they're going east. Good. Because there is a battle in the northeast that they should probably help out at. That's why I like these old games where you actually have to move troops. Because it feels more tactical. I'm gonna kill you. You like it or not. Americanist, I guess. Ow, I'm getting shot. It hurts. It hurts. Die, please. I think I'm gonna go find a gate captain. Try to close this gate. Kill him. Ow, ow, ow. Hajuan. I suppose you started the fire attack, but Luke got all the credit. Seriously, no gates here. Murder everybody then. This down here is a gate. Doesn't look like it. I like how I'm too far in, so they're like, Zhao Yun, you're too far ahead, draw back. I will. Ow, 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 I'm dying. Heals. Hey, please. Which, historically, did Zhao Yun not get in this battle? Did he... I don't know if I'm remembering incorrectly now. It hurt me. Hurt my dad. Drop health. Health, please. Suppose that'll do. Bodyguards are wounded. Our archers die. No, you get back here. You must fight me. I'm running away. Stay away. Motherfucker just kiting me. Stop it. Die, please. Ow. Shot in the back. Archers. Water. I didn't even drink water the first time. That right now. Die. God, they have such a large force down here. A force to be reckoned with. Yep. They come flying in. Yo. Didn't need it, but I'll take it. Ah, broke your guard. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna die. What? Cha-cha. Up to. I didn't know we. I don't know why, although I love this about it, because it's just a bloody heart. But I get more people to watch me play Dynasty Warriors 2 than I do for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Which, don't get me wrong, I fucking love that. It warms me bloody heart. Know that people really like these whole games. They're gonna watch someone on Twitch fight these rectors being more or less empty. Like Dynasty Warriors 2 doesn't even have artwork category. It's kind of the whole point of doing this. It's not just for me. This is for anyone. My personal goal is completing all these games on stream. However, what I want to do for the Dynasty Warriors community on Twitch is grow these directories so that more people stream Dynasty Warriors. It's not a constant struggle of nobody streams them because nobody watches it, and nobody watches it because nobody streams them. That's kind of the paradox that Uso games have on Twitch. Nobody really watches them because nobody really streams them, and nobody really streams them because nobody really watches them. On YouTube, Uso does better, but it's not like it's pulling in millions and millions of views. But stand up and get hit by this. Not right now. Done with battle. Ow. Die. Ow, stop shooting me. Super team. bodyguard just wrecking out. Because I'm not trying to be the angel for the fandom on Twitch, but I am trying to help out the category for more people that are fans of the game. Feel comfortable with streaming them, not just, well, I guess I'll tank my viewership by streaming that I love playing. Because, trust me, I've been there. Sort of still there, not right now. Other games, it's like sometimes I just don't bring in the. That shouldn't be the main concern, but when you're there with nothing after so long, it's like it can be a bit draining, emotionally, mentally. Which I don't care if I have. I don't care if I have. Renee Sky, a partner streamer who has confession. She posed a question during her gamer coffee chat thing she was doing, where would you rather have 5 active viewers or 100 inactive? And granted, chat's a little quiet right now, but I do have some watching, so I don't mind. People can lurk all they want. But I'll respond to that here as I respond to the chat. I would rather have 5 active than 100 inactive. So, to me, the numbers don't matter a whole lot, but they matter in the sense of I don't want to sit with 0 to 1 time. That's a bit draining. But when I stream Muso games, and right now I have 5 viewers, 5 people. My living room is kind of small. Imagine there was 5 people in here. That's a lot of, that's crowded in here with that many people. So I love that I have this many people watching me play Dynasty Warriors 2. It really means something. That, like I said, this isn't just for me. This is so I can build these categories, so other people can feel comfortable streaming these games and not have to worry about, oh, am I gonna pull in viewers, or in the case of maybe they don't care how many viewers they have, no, to not sit at 0 view. However, my personal achievement will be when I complete these games on Steam. Then, hold on, my neck. Oh, that felt. And then after that, it'll be the Muso clones. I do want to play those as well. It seems like there's just as many Muso clones from other game companies as there might be actual Muso games. Probably not literally as many. Stick to my stomach. Stick to my stomach. Right word. Could be because I'm getting a little hungry. Trying to see if I can hit him with backswing. Considering he was behind me. Yeah, always short. That's why I want to dedicate 1 day a week to edit. Oh, is Su Shang Xiang here? Her bodyguards. Her armed handmaiden. Which is probably the fucking coolest thing about her. That she has, like, warrior lady handmaidens. Like, that's the most woo thing there is about the woo faction. Fu Shangxiang, who's already a warrior princess, has handmaidens who are also well versed in swordplay. Jesus Christ. Fucking love these games. Shot again. Kill these archers. Oh. He is. Find the archer so I can kill him. I'm getting a little too far in. I shot. Hey. Ow. Get this heal before it. Yeah, lady guards as they're called. Bodyguards and officer against bodyguards and officer. Shot again. You fucking horse lady. Hey, hiya! I was like, did I miss? No, I got her. Oh, I got shot, so it grouped my combo. Save spot. Don't knock it out, you fucker! My god, video game. He was dead to rights. And they just had to heal her, so I'm just gonna knock her down again. Fuck it. What keeps knocking her down? Gets knocked down and gets back up again. Ain't nothing gonna keep her down. Stop knocking her over! This is like the most frustrating thing about Dynasty Warriors 2. Is you do well against an enemy, so they just get magical healing out of nowhere. Like, why would you punish me for playing well? If I fuck up, then yeah, punish me. Why are you literally punishing me for doing a knockdown combo? That's what sucks the most about Dynasty too. Having said that, it's still very fun and overall positive experience. The thing that sucks the most is you do a knockdown combo, so they get full health. Like, what? Excuse me? Especially when your allies don't have the wherewithal to know that. So they just knock them to the ground when you're trying to not knock them to the ground. And then so they just get healing anyways. Our troops are mobilizing in the front. Coming down here to help. You're gonna overwhelm Sun Quan's. Said it like that. Sun Quan's army, right next to Cao Cao's army on Cao Yi, and his some sort of relative Cao Shuang, Cao Shuang, as somebody would say. Yes, I am definitely not over you. I'm totally over you. Making immature jokes at the age of 30. Hi, Archer. Hi, please. Thank you. Oh, you're supposed to let me kill this guy so I can kill you next. Thank you, Sally. I'd like to kill you last. Okay, don't even need to do combos against singular dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yes, Liu Bei. Crush them. Crush them and crush them. Break his balls. Bodyguards are still getting it. What? Why I like these older games. I'm not just fighting the enemy. I'm fighting side to side with my troops. It's a team struggle. Team effort. It's really fun when that. Really fun when a plan comes all together. I don't know if that's the quote. I'm sticking to it. That was my TED Talk. Hi, please. Poke you in the face. And if anything Dynasty Warriors 1 has taught me, it's poke enemies in the face. It usually gets the job done. Who knew that the face was such a weak spot? The other weak spot is the shins. Ooh, me shin. Jesus, look at all that blue on him. Crazy. Hey, Chengpu. Ow. Why would you hit me when I hit you? Very nice. Yo, I don't. Right, give me the heals. I think I have the range, but I actually... A Sun Quan Sergeant. There's Sun Quan himself, the King of Wu. They really changed how Sun Quan looks in the new games compared to the old games. He looks almost unrecognizable in differences. You know, his new look is definitely iconic. We've had the new look for some time, but the old look is so different. The old look, he basically has a neck beard. Take crossbowman. Here to die, please. Get it, Guan Yu. Also, aren't you supposed to be dead? Aren't you the literal reason we're here? These old games, huh? Yeah, like, we're literally here because Guan Yu was supposed to be killed by Wu. But I guess not in this universe. Watch my bodyguards run reds, dude. Watch our allies do something. These guys aren't even doing anything. They give up. Well, what happens when that happens? Enemies give up? We commit war crimes. What it's all about here. Hell yeah, war crimes. They're great. All that's left is Sun Quan. There's still some. Bless you, Remy. Oh! Quan has fallen to my blade. Oh, sorry, the old games say Sun Quan. Sun Quan. $666 points. Al Yun is now bad boy. 3rd Elite General, 4th West General. They're now guards. They are not just majors, they are guards now. Their title is warriors. Advance to the next battle. I will save. How long are we coming up on the stream? Well, King Plains. Tell you what. See who's streaming at the moment.
Prime Minister?
It's nothing. Prepare to move.
Ha!
The enemy has begun to move.
Finally! Zhuge Liang, I've been waiting for this.
Zhuge Liang. Alright. We're gonna see who's streaming. If nobody's streaming at the moment, we'll continue on. But if there's some people that we may want to go say hi to, we will certainly do that. You know what? Let's go say hi to Shiny Bree. And say, the raid message shall be, nothing, I don't know. I got nothing. So, we're gonna go say hi to Shiny Bree. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with me for the stream. We're gonna go say hi. So, join me in the raid. Go say nice things to her face. If you like what you see, give her a follow. I'm gonna be back tomorrow with some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We will return with the Dynasty Warriors Muso Legacy on Monday for Muso Monday. That'll be next week. We'll come back again on that Wednesday for Warriors Win. Or Dynasty Warriors 2. So, let's go say hi to Shiny. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you all a good day. Bye 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 bye.